G'day YouTube, my name's Lance and welcome to Bundy Bears Shed. Well, what's been going on? Not much. I haven't done a video for a couple of weeks now. I caught the dreaded man flu and I went right in my chest. I couldn't talk. I could talk, but I coughed an awful lot and so I sort of stayed away from the shed. I went 10 days without even opening the door for the shed and even had a day off work. But yeah, we all know the man flu. That's the worst disease a man can get ever. And Mrs. reckons I gave her the flu, but lucky I didn't give her the man flu, because it's worse than the flu. And I don't reckon I gave it to her anyway. I reckon she stole it, nicked it on me. But coming up to Christmas, the 2 weeks coming up to Christmas, yeah, look, we've both been a bit crook with it, and we're coming good now. Christmas Day we still coughed and wheezed a bit, but yeah, all in all we came good. Know what I mean? Still got a bit of it there, but nothing serious. When you got it halfway through, when you got the man flu and your nose is running, your eyes are watering, you're coughing, I was thinking to myself, God, you must have to be bloody crook to die, eh? you feel like shit. But anyway, you seem to come good and you live through it. And another thing that happened is my son Tim had a new grandson. So we've only had a granddaughter in the past, now we have a grandson. And so everyone's been up to hospital saying good day, but I haven't gone up there. I thought his poor Mrs. Bree, she had to have a Caesar for this one, and I thought, oh, if you've got a touch of the flu, imagine having your stomach opened up for a bub and then getting this wog where you're coughing and carrying on it would be up the shit. And so I've yet to meet the little fella, Arrow is his name, and so yeah, next couple of days I'm hoping that yeah, to go around and say good day, and so that's something exciting for our family. And it's number 2, so that's fine, one of each now. So, and yeah, as a grandfather you've got a bit of responsibility. You know, you've got to teach them all the dirty ditties that their mum and dad don't want them to know, and as they get older it's up to me to teach them to swear and everything. And so yeah, I don't take it too lightly. I've got to make sure they get the swear words in the right spots and things like that, not just using willy-nilly. So there's a bit of etiquette in swearing. And but anyway, look, that's great news for our family. And yeah, it's just good fun. Yeah. Over here you'll see the head. That's Grumpy Dave's head, the neighbour's head. I had to leave that for a while because I got crooked, and I just come up the shed yesterday, was the first day, and finished that up. And I've done the seats, did the valves, the whole bit, and that's okay. I also got the fly cutter finished, and on the end of this video I'll put a run of how we went with it. That's a bit of 2-inch, rusty 2-inch ashab, and we call it ashab. I don't know the right name for it, but it's hard stuff, and boy, it takes some bending. And they have a couple of runs of that on the back of a tractor implement, and this is the stuff that they actually clamp the implements to. So it's very good gear. So I did a run with that, and I took the rust off it, and then I've just taken a clip just now of how the fly cutter works, and look, it works great. That stuff's that hard that when the cutter comes across the top it sparks off a bit. Perhaps I'm going too fast, but anyway, we'll show you that. That's a good thing. And the little fly cutter there, I drilled the holes in it and made it adapt. So that's a good thing too. I've got my Hare and Forbes AL335 apart. I hadn't serviced the gearbox in a long time, and when I was taking the ball turner attachment off, I had to look down where the compound of the cross slide screw is, and there's a few metal filings and all that starting to get down there. So I've pulled all that apart. I've changed the oil in the gearbox, and perhaps today I'll get to put that back together. And, it's just a service, nothing wrong really, just a service. And some of the gears up the top have grease on them. Well, they'd sort of got a bit of metal in them, and it just needed a service. And I hadn't done it for a long time, but have a go at this stuff. This is Maury's Bigfoot grease, and I sell it at Queensland Tractor Spares. So anyway, I thought I'd grease up the slide on the mill. And, well, look at this stuff. It's just stringy as buggery. Really good stuff. It's for four-wheel drive suspensions and all that. It's a this isn't food grade, but it's got waterproofing properties and all that sort of stuff in it. And I have been using a grease called Valvoline Valvoline Optima, and it's been a good grease too. We've sold to our customers with hay balers and that, and they say it hangs on good. But this stuff here, man, it's just the goods. Yeah, nice stringy buddy. Yeah, that's not going to fling out on you in a hurry, eh? So, and the colour, isn't that a good colour for a grease? So I'm going to swing my vehicles over to this stuff on the suspension. It's made for that. Superior waterproof lithium complex grease, providing excellent lubrication qualities over a wide range of temperatures. Categorically the best high temp multi-purpose tacky adhesive extreme pressure EP2 grease for heavy duty and severe applications. The adhesive and water qualities makes it ideal for off-road trucks, construction, agricultural, logging and all the other stuff. So not recommended for small anti-friction bearings operating over 5,000 RPM. So, well, look, that stuff, I'm wrapped in that stuff. I reckon that's a bloody good gear. I sell it at work, but in your town there's probably Maury's stuff there somewhere. Made in USA, packed by Maury Oil South Pacific Limited. Oh, packed in New Zealand. Bloody Kiwis have been into this stuff. Yeah. So anyway, that's worth a look if you get a chance. It's a good grease, good chassis grease. It'll be good for tractors, and on the mill there's a couple of bits of the slide I don't use much, and I try and keep it covered there. So yeah, just something I actually finally got around to using the other day because they gave me some to try, and yeah, I reckon it's the duck's nuts. She's good gear. Another thing is the what's in your box thing, and Emma down at the Gold Coast there got one. And look, congratulations, Emma. I was nearly excited as you were to see you get it. Yeah, it's a great thing. It's a great thing Keith does, and all the other contributors. You know, Bruce, John, bloody, yeah, everyone's had a bit of input. Those hammers from Pierre and Paul, they're great. And look, congratulations, Emma. You're a worthy winner. Yeah, hold your head up high. I've been watching some of your unpackings. I watched one, and I haven't got to the others just yet, but I'll have a look just to see what you got. Yeah, so that's a good thing. So congratulations, Emma. You're a worthy winner. Hold your head high. It's a great thing. They wouldn't have got, well, they wouldn't have given it to you if they didn't think you were worthy, and the people that voted for you, that had input into it, they obviously thought you were a worthy winner. So good on you. Great stuff. Pleased for you, and yeah, I'm a bit keen to see what you do, man. The pressure's on. But look, that was a great thing. And another thing, my Holden Colorado ute that's been giving me the shits, must have been 2 weeks ago now. I couldn't find that problem where, and what the problem was when I'd leave it in the car park at work, and I'd come to go home of an afternoon, and I'd turn the key and it wouldn't start, like the automatic transmission was still in gear. And in an earlier video I had all these codes coming up, and I chased around and I looked at harnesses and that, and I couldn't find anything wrong. And I'd got to a stage with it where I didn't know where to go. I couldn't go any further myself. And so I booked it into Holden and took it in there, and they had a couple of mods to do. And one was check if a battery lead was rubbing, and the other one, the Colorado's have been having batteries fail. But look, mine's fine with that, so I didn't go into it. So I took it in there, they done the mods. The rear pinion seal was leaking, and this ute's done 22,000 kilometres, so in miles that's 15 or something like that, and 15, 16,000 miles maybe. And so anyway, this problem's been giving me the shits. And I drive home after work, and if it was a really hot day it seemed to be worse, and when I got past the airport a couple of weeks ago, the traction control lights come on, the ABS comes on, your air conditioning compressor disengages, your tacho stops working, your speedo stops working, and if you pull up on the side of the road there to reset it, you won't start it again. Yet when the air cools down later on, go back after 6 o'clock or something, when it's cooled down, you'll hop in it and you'll start it and you'll drive it away like there's no tomorrow. You won't be able to fault it. And I can never make it do it at home here on the grass. It's just where it's in hot bitumen car park. So anyway, I took it to Ross Gray, the Holden people, to have a look at it, and they had a look and they said, oh, there's a heap of codes in there, they can't all be that problem. And I said, don't know. I could read the codes, but I couldn't do much else. I couldn't clear them for some reason. And so they said, look, all we can do, we can't find a problem with it, we'll clear the codes, take it home, and it's probably better now the codes are gone wrong. I said to them, well, you know, I can fix a 19-speed electric over hydraulic power shift in a John Deere tractor. And I know a bit about computers and CAN bus and all that sort of stuff. The tractors I know, I've got the stuff on it, but I asked Holden would they sell me a workshop manual for it, and them and Toyota are not releasing manuals to the public anymore. I don't know why, but they just won't. And with a manual I'd have a chance of chasing it down. But so anyway, they told me they couldn't fix it, couldn't find what the problem was, so come and get it, and they cleared the codes, and if it did it again, they'd have the new set of codes. So I picked it up on the Monday. On the Tuesday it wouldn't start to go home. I persisted for a little bit, I got a start, I ran straight into Ross Gray. Lucky I left work early that day, I was having a bit of a blood, stuck off early. And didn't dock myself any pay though, but funny how that worked. And so I drove it straight into them and got the missus to come and pick me up and left it there, and they said, oh geez, look at the codes in it. Good. And so anyway, the next day they had a look at it, and they actually made it do it there. They cleared the codes, they took note of the codes, and I actually took photos of the codes from my scanner too. And so they had a look at it and they made it do it. So they said they put a CAN bus test on it. And CAN buses are wires that make the computers talk to each other. And it's interconnected, it cries at collision detection sort of stuff, I think. And anyway, so they got to do it, and they chased the fault down, and they ohms tested the harnesses, and they found a couple of CAN bus wires on the main chassis controller. The female wasn't crimping properly, and it was loose, and it had had 126 ohm resistance, I think, there, where it should have had 0.01 or something like that. So they found resistance in that harness, so they pulled the terminals out and re-crimped everything and checked them and put them back in, and the resistance dropped away, and as soon as they did that the car would start and away it would go. But I had problems where it would do it, then as soon as it cooled down a bit the car would start and away it would go anyway. So they said, look, we fixed it, we found this, so it's out of warranty of course now by a few months, and so I paid the first bill. I got them to do the re-opinion seal too, so I paid the first bill, which was around $50, something like that. And then they said, right, we're pretty sure we've got it now. And I thought, oh, well, fair enough. I went with them. And another bill, $250, which wasn't too bad. And so I picked it up on the Monday before Christmas. Tuesday I went home from work, it wouldn't start again. Same bloody thing. And so I rang them up from the car park and I was looking, I dropped this round again, it's no different. And they said, oh, we can't look at it. We haven't got time. We can't look at it until Friday. And Friday before Christmas, we let all our staff go home at lunchtime. You know, we go in. There's customers that come and get their last bit of parts, you know, from the freight that day, and then about lunchtime, we all go separate ways. You know, have a beer, off we go, sort of thing. And well, we didn't even have beer, but off we go our own separate ways. So they had it on Friday. Then I hadn't heard from them. About 3:30 I rang up and said, yeah, how's this car going? Because I was, tell you the truth, I was wanting to have a beer, and I couldn't because I had to go and get my bloody ute. And so I was thinking, man, bloke will bloody perish, die of thirst if I don't get in there shortly, don't get this car. So I rang them up and they said, oh yeah, no, she's good. We did another CAN bus test on it, and down the bottom on the drop box, on the transfer case, there's a round plug there, which I had out. Because I jumped on the net, and the same automatic transmission in the Colorados is the same one they use in the Corvettes, and the 6-speed auto. And I read a thing about the plugs coming out of the harness, so I had that out to have a look. Couldn't sound wrong, put it back, and they said, oh, we found a terminal not crimped correctly in there, and so we had to pull that out of the harness and fix all that, and we've done more tests and it's good now. So I thought, oh, well, okay then. So, and they didn't charge me for that, which was good. I didn't ask, I just said, oh well, see if they charge me, and they didn't charge me, so they did the right thing. And they have been pleasant to deal with. It's just they've been having trouble getting onto the problem. Some of these problems you can understand, they are a bit dicky to find. So anyway, look, it's been okay since, but I haven't had it anywhere apart from home. And I've got an angle fridge in it, and it goes from down the house there. And in case I need a beer while I'm working up here, well, I've just got to walk outside because the fridge is in the car. So it goes from there to here. Important stuff. And, but look, it's been good so far. So that's where we're up to with the Colorado. Yeah, it's just one of those things. Hopefully we're on top of it. It is only an electric thing. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But look, that's probably all I've got for the moment. It's a couple of days after Christmas. I'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year for the 2017. 2016, by all accounts, hasn't been a real good year for a lot of people. Well, if you're famous, you're lucky to make it through it, it seems. Everyone was pegging out, and I think George Michael pegged out yesterday, and yeah, I'm still feeling alright. So I might make it through with any luck. But look, have a great New Year, everyone, and all the people that subscribe to my channel, all the best for 2017, and hope you all have fun and get a few projects done that you'd like to do, and hope Santa was kind to you. So look, thanks for following me throughout the last year. I'll tack a little clip onto the end of this of just the fly cutter doing that piece. That's all I've got for you. Pretty slim pickings this week, but hopefully with a couple of days off I can get a bit of something happening. I've still got to do the John Deere steering and things like that. So anyway, thanks for your support through the year. Have a Happy New Year, everyone, and we'll catch you later, eh? This is a clip of my little fly cutter that I made, and this is a bit of 2-inch ASAB. Now this is hard stuff. It's the stuff they use to make toolbars out of in tractor implements and that, and it's quite hard stuff, but with the carbide cutter here, it seems to go quite well. And I'll just do a quick run just to show you how it goes. So that does a lovely job. The flames are because this is a hard piece of steel. It's I wanted to do a hard piece, and just to see how the carbide tip stood up, and it seems to go well. I'll get it out and show you the job. I need to tram the head in a little bit. It's slightly lower this side than that side, so I need to do a bit of work there. But try and get that back in focus a little bit. But look, that's a pretty nice job. And I'm quite happy with it. I'll just see if I can get a better look for you. I'll bring the light. But yeah, nice shiny finish, and it looks like the fly cutter's a success. So there you go, you can probably see the finish a little bit better there. Anyway, that was just something I did that I thought I'd like to show you.